back, everybody. We're going to continue our walk through the MyndShare toolbars. We've looked at a bunch of great tools already. We're going to move into the tab now called Literacy Tools. So if I click on the Standard Tools button at the bottom, it brings up all my different options. We've gone over standard tools and we've gone over the different types of math tools. Now I'm going to click on the Literacy Tools. I got to be honest with you, not a big fan of these tools. I'm going to go ahead and show them to you, and if you find a way to use them in your classroom, great. But I'm not so sure that, that they're the best for what we do here in this district with literacy. But let's take a look at them. You have your standard tools at the top, so I'm not going to go over that again. The selector tool, the eraser, the pen tool. So let's go down to the next section, which is called Literacy Tools. The first one is a big letter T. That's for you just to enter a text box. If I click on that, what it does is it brings up a text box here, and I can actually go over to my computer and I can start typing. And like, let's say I have a document open and I want to put this on top of it. I can put in, like, let's say character. I have my caps lock on. Hold on. And that way I can just overlay a text box on top of whatever else is on my screen at that time. The next option is our word vault. It looks like a safe. The word vault basically allows me to enter in words. Let's say I have a unit going on and there's some difficult words that I want to put into the word vault to use later. I can go ahead and I can type them into the word vault. Let's just say jumping, we can say running, and we can say skipping. And you can see as I click the plus sign, I'm going to make this larger so you can see it. As I click the plus sign, it adds it into the word vault. And then it saves it there. So I bring this up later. If I want to do a review with the students, I can bring up the word vault, and what it's supposed to allow me to do is to click on it, there we go, and then drag it over to the screen. And then I can use these in different programs that I have to work with kids on matching, if I want to have them match that to a definition or whatever. So over the course of the unit, in my word vault, I'm going to keep track of those tricky words for students. And then when I close it, if I go back into it again, I can use those words again, or I can add additional words. So that's the word vault. There might be some use for that in your classroom. I'm going to drag these over into the garbage can. The next one up is a word builder. The word builder automatically brings up the 26 letters of the alphabet, but if I click on prefix, middle clusters, end clusters, or suffix, it allows me to bring up to the screen the different word clusters. So you can see I clicked on able and I dragged it up to the screen. So now what students can do is they can add beginnings to the suffix able, like let's say the word is capable. So C, A, P, and then I can actually join those letters together, and students can make words using the suffixes that I've dragged up to the screen. Same is true for the end clusters, middle clusters, or let's say I'm working on prefixes and I want students to come up with an ending for the prefix amphi, A-M-P-H-I. So that is the word builder tool. I'm going to drag those over to the trash can. The next over here is word parts. So again, I'm not finding a lot of use for this in the classroom. Let me close these out. I opened it up too many times. But let's say I want to share with students what the ending ED is. If I type in ED, it'll bring up the endings ED, and it'll tell me what that does to the word. So for example, it says verb, past tense, or ED also adjective, having the quality or characteristics of. So here you're able to search for word parts, and it's going to give you the definition or the change that it does to the root word when you add it on to the root. Again, if you find a use for that in your classroom, great. It does give you some interesting information that you can use. I'm having trouble dragging that one off. The next one we've got is literacy games. I wonder if I click erase. Nope, doesn't work. Literacy games. We've got a word builder game here. We go back to the select tool. If I click start on here, what this has me do is it has me find words within this array of letters. So it's kind of like Boggle if you think of that, but a lot more options here. So let's say, and it's also like Tetris because you can see here additional letters come down the longer I wait. So let's say I go W-E-S-T, West, and then I click twice on the last letter and it gives me points. And what I want to do is use as many letters as I can, and then eventually I'll get to the next level. You can see here as soon as I click on a letter, it only gives me the options of adjacent letters. So I can do L-O-U-D, click twice on the last letter, gives me a score, tells me what my next level is. I need 3 more words. So that's the word builder game. This one is a simple word hunt type of a game. If I click start on there, not the prettiest game out there, but what it does is it gives you a definition of a word. The student has to find that word in the word jumble. If you don't know, you can click show hint. It'll give you a hint for you to find the word. The part of the human body below the ankle used to stand or walk. I would imagine you're supposed to find the word foot in here. I'm not going to waste your time with that. The next game here is a game called Mix Up. This is basically a game that's going to give you letters, and you need to form them into a word. So here we start off easy. We've got IGP. I'm pretty sure that's going to be pig. I hit submit. I get correct. Click OK. Next one. And so basically we're taking letters and putting them in forming words. I can always click hint. A device in the form of a net, generally used for catching fish. Well, I think that that's a pretty good hint. I'm thinking that the word is net. So I hit that, I hit submit, and I click OK. Again, not the greatest games. I'm just sharing these with you because they're options on this toolbar. The last game is Word Scrambler. When I hit start on here, arrange the letters to form words. So here we have, those of you who like that game Word Cookies on your phones, or any of the 50 different variations of word cookies, this is kind of like that. We see how many letters are in each word, and basically I drag the letters up to the mat up here, and I click submit, and you can see the word saw is there. I keep going to try and form all of the words to fill up these letters down here. So those are the literacy tools and the literacy games that's on the literacy toolbar. If you find a use for them in their classroom, fantastic, way to go.